Tonight on DC News Now at 5, a 9-year-old boy is dead after an overnight house fire.
At this time, we have not been able to determine whether or not there was a working detector.
First responders now investigating. We'll have the latest.
Maryland mother Catherine Hoggle held without bond. The new details shared by prosecutors about the alleged murders of her 2 children more than 10 years ago.
The superintendent of Fairfax County Schools says she needs a bodyguard.
There's violence everywhere. What, everyone should have a personal security guard?
Her request raising eyebrows and drawing in Virginia's top education leaders.
With plenty of clouds in the sky, temperatures will stay on the cooler side heading into Wednesday. We'll let you know if this trend continues for the rest of the week.
The Maryland Zoo is bringing the wild to life with virtual reality. The new exhibit puts you face to face with animals like never before.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Tosin Fakile. Maryland mother Catherine Hoggle held without bond after a grand jury re-indicted her in the alleged murders of her 2 missing children over a decade ago.
Let's head right out to DC News Now's Randy Bash. He was in the courtroom for that hearing today. Randy, what's the latest?
Yes, that judge today saying Catherine Hoggle's release would be a profound danger to the community. That judge also saying she found evidence that was strong and sufficient in terms of finding probable cause in the murders of both Sarah and Jacob Hoggle, finding evidence of planning, deceit, deception, cover-up, concealment, and escape in the case. The state's attorney during today's hearings restating some of those facts in the case surrounding the disappearance of Sarah and Jacob Hoggle back in 2014, but also sharing new alleged details. Prosecutors entered into evidence a drawing Catherine allegedly made the day her 2 children were reported missing that appears to show her children in a trash can, and prosecutors told the judge that she made statements that day to another patient at a psychiatric facility saying that she had strangled her kids. Prosecutors also say Hoggle's release from a state psychiatric facility last month. Upon that release, her discharge papers said she was no longer symptomatic or delusional, with no conditions issued upon her release. Hoggle had been at the high security facility under civil commitment for mental health treatment for 10 years. Meanwhile, Hoggle's attorneys also saying prosecutors have tried multiple times to get this case back in front of a judge recently, saying a commissioner did not initially find probable cause to sign off on a new arrest warrant, so they took the case to a grand jury. Hoggle's attorney also says she cannot be held any longer under Maryland law, the same law that forced the court to dismiss her case because she was found incompetent to stand trial, not restorable to competency, back in 2022. We heard from both the state's attorney and Hoggle's defense team after that hearing.
Her mental condition has, based on the records and everything was discussed in open court, she seems substantially improved from where she was years ago, substantially. And that gives me greater hope that we'll be successful in meeting our legal challenge in terms of incompetency, yes.
We don't ignore the law when we want to ignore the law. The law is what we have. As we stand here today, she is not competent to stand trial and she is non-restorable.
Now, additional hearings for Catherine Hoggle were not immediately scheduled at the end of today's hearing. For now, she remains held without bond. In Rockville, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy in the courtroom with that update. Thank you. In Prince George's County, a child is dead after a house fire early this morning. It happened on Auth Road in Suitland. An adult also in the home was helped to safety by a neighbor through a first-floor window. Fire crews were called to the scene just before 1:45 a.m. and found flames on both the first and second floors. Firefighters brought the fire under control in about 15 minutes. Ahead at 5:15, DC News Now's Mariel Carbone will have the latest.
And the district police have identified the man shot and killed in Northwest DC last night. 38-year-old Cordarrelle Horn was found with gunshot wounds when police arrived at the scene on Otis Place. The police are looking for 3 men. They were all wearing black, last seen driving a black sedan on 14th Street. We are told the investigation continues.
In Stafford County, deputies are investigating a deadly hit and run. They responded to Richmond Highway and Foreston Woods Drive at about 2 in the morning. They found a 36-year-old man dead. They believe the victim was walking on the shoulder when he was hit by a vehicle. Police also believe the vehicle could be a white 2018 or 2019 Audi SUV with heavy damage to the right front and passenger side. Anyone with information is asked to contact police.
All right, it is 5:05. Let's head over to meteorologist Damon Matson with the first look at our forecast. And Damon, I guess the temperatures are down, but you can still feel that little mugginess out there.
Can you?
Well, I can.
Oh, see, I haven't been outside this afternoon, so maybe I don't know. I just have, I'm recollecting this morning when it was in the 60s. It felt good.
Yeah, it did.
You know, there was a breeze. It was great.
I was just going to say, are you like me, Toast? And sometimes I just put the blinders on and I'm like, it's not raining. I'm
exactly,
fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, unless it's extreme, then I notice it. But I mean, all in all, I think Mark has it. Yeah, it definitely has picked up a little bit in terms of that mugginess. And I guess it does make sense in a way here, folks, because yesterday it felt still pretty comfortable. We did not have any clouds in the sky. And of course, cloudiness usually means we increase that moisture to get the clouds. And so there you go. We have a lot of cloud cover, very overcast across most of the DMV as we head on toward the evening time. It's been this cloudy all day. So with that being the case, oh yes, that mugginess has ticked up a little bit, but it's not unbearable. And the reason that mugginess hasn't climbed that much, well, there is still some dry air that has been hanging out in sort of the middle of the atmosphere, a bit above the ground. And that drier air, yes, it's kept the mugginess in check, but it's also kept any rainfall from really building in across most of the DMV. Parts of southern Maryland have had some light sprinkles, a few spotty rain showers, but the rest of us, not a single drop of rainfall. It's just been cloudy but dry and decently cool, especially by August standards. We mostly have temperatures right now out there in the low 80s. As we head over the next few hours, most of us will drop back down into the upper 70s, but that's about it as we move forward to wrap up the day today. Now, we weren't able to wring out any sort of rainfall from the clouds today, but as we head into the day on Wednesday, could that possibly change? Will more of us see some soggy weather? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. We head to Montgomery County. WSSC Water has fixed a water main break that shut down a major road in Bethesda. We're going to show you a picture right now of the damaged 8-inch pipe that broke. WSSC Water says service has been restored to affected customers. The closures impacted southbound lanes along Wisconsin Avenue and East-West Highway. To an update for people who live around DuPont Circle, Pepco says it's completed repairs, hoping there'll be no more power outages in the area. It comes after several weeks of outages last month. The power company says the impacted cables were along 11th Street Northwest from Monroe to V Streets. And in Maryland, the owner of the cargo ship Dolly that crashed into Baltimore's Key Bridge says they're suing the company that built it. Grace Ocean Private and Synergy Marine PTE filed that suit last week against Hyundai Heavy Industries. They say the defectively designed switchboard that went out before the crash is to blame. Hyundai Heavy Industries has not responded to the Associated Press's request for comment. That bridge is scheduled to open in 2028.
Well, the Fairfax County School District is defending its decision to move ahead with a new job listing. DC News Now's Dave Lavallee joins us from outside of the school district offices in Falls Church with the details. Dave, certainly been a talker. A lot of folks upset.
Well, they certainly are, Mark, and here's why they're upset. We checked and could not find a similar situation around the country. Yet, Dr. Michelle Reed is poised to become the first school superintendent with her own bodyguard.
That was ridiculous.
Mitch Lahr's reaction to the news: Fairfax County School Superintendent Dr. Michelle Reed is hiring a bodyguard.
The money should go towards teachers and towards assisting the children that need help, not security for the superintendent.
The job opening is posted on the school district's website.
We expect everyone who works with our children to have their safety and health be a top priority.
Reed made that statement nearly a year ago, Aides told us they cannot say if any threats have been made against her. They released a statement supporting the need for a bodyguard that says in part, quote, "The highly publicized tragic events around the country over the last several months illustrate the need to intensify and enhance security protocols at all organizations."
I think that Fairfax County is generally a pretty safe county, so I'm not sure it seems necessary yet.
The bodyguard position for Reed pays between $84,000 to nearly $144,000 a year, depending on experience.
There's violence everywhere. What, everyone should have a personal security guard?
Seems a little high. I wish I made that much when I was working.
I think a lot of people wish they made that kind of money. By the way, the deadline to apply for the position is tonight. We're live in Falls Church, Virginia. Dave Laval, DC News Now.